Hello, welcome to my brand new bedroom. Look at this, I have moved house, I have moved up in the world, I now have more than 30 centimeters of walking space.
Whoa, look at all of the space.
I will be doing a proper house tour if that is something you guys would like me to do. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like that, I guess. But today, I wanted to do something a little bit different. Ooh, how impulsive of you, Luke. So one of my favorite things about having a YouTube channel is I feel like you guys kind of know me a little bit. Do you know me? Do you know me? This is my face. Oh no, this. And while some YouTubers kind of freak out about that and people think it's a bit weird, I kind of like that. It's like I've got 500,000 friends, which is 100,000 times more friends than I have in real life. So in the world, there's lots of different personality tests, which are like tests where you answer a bunch of questions and it tries to tell you, about your personality, about who you are, what scares you, what makes you excited. And a lot of them are kind of rubbish and generalize people and put people into boxes when actually everyone's different, everyone's a special little snowflake. But the Enneagram test is a test which most people who are skeptical about personality tests then go, oh, that's me. That's me, that's really me. Which is like, I watched my friend Tessa's video about it and she was like,
yeah, that's me.
And it's something I've wanted to do for a while, and I also wanted to make a video today, so I thought, I'll just smash these things together, and I'll just make a video doing this testy thing that testy, really, Luke? Doing the personality test that I want to do. It basically shows like your flaws and desires as like one thing. So imagine you're a person who like really likes helping people and making sure everyone's okay. That is a desire because it makes you feel good when you help people, but it's also a flaw because sometimes you forget to look after yourself.
Yeah, that's me.
Is this oversharing? Probably. Should I really put the entire details of my intricate personality on the internet for anyone to find? Probably not. Will a future employer/enemy one day use this against me? Possibly. Let's begin. I've gone to the website, take the Rahiti. This is not a spawn, by the way. I'm about to pay money for this thing. Add to cart. Get in my cart, you Rahiti. My name's Luke. Last name Cutforth. Please don't steal my bank details. Okay, take the test. I'm so excited. Question 1 of 144. Strap yourselves in, guys. I probably will edit some questions out if they're like overly sensitive or boring. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've been romantic and imaginative. Or, I've been pragmatic and down to earth. Definitely romantic and imaginative. I am the biggest wussy man ever created. I have tended to take on confrontation. No, I haven't even read the second one, and already it's the second one. Can you imagine me just like, yo mate, step out of the way. I have tended to avoid confrontations. Correct. I just got a notification. Video cats tweeted. That is a really concerning view into the way that I use social media. I have typically been diplomatic, charming, and ambitious. I'd like to think I'm quite charming. I tend to be focused and intense, or I tend to be spontaneous and fun-loving. I'm definitely spontaneous and fun-loving, purely because focused is not a thing I have ever been. Question 5. I have been a hospitable person and I've enjoyed welcoming friends into my life, or I'm a private person with not mixed much with others. Good God, that was a horrible sentence. That's a really difficult one because I'm like a bit of both. Like I'm overly hospitable to people. I don't even know people. I'm like, oh, let me tend to you. Let me adopt you. Let me stroke your hair. Do you need a bath? I'll bathe you. But also, I also find meeting people really awkward and scary and terrifying. I'm gonna go with hospitable purely because my main trait is like, I hug people when I first meet them. I'm like, hello, I'm Lukey, give me a hug. It has been difficult for me to relax and stop worrying about potential problems.
Yeah, that's me.
Question 7. I've been more of a street smart survivor, or I've been more of a high-minded idealist. No, I'm definitely not street smart. Yo, what up, my homies? Anybody want some of the weeds? High-minded idealist, I would say, yeah, why can't everyone just love each other and live in harmony and peace? That's me, yeah. Question 8. I have needed to show affection to people, or I have preferred to maintain some distance with people. Once again, let me remind you, hello, I'm Luke, give me a hug. When pressed with new experience, I've usually asked myself if it would be useful to me, or would it be enjoyable? Useful, definitely useful. Like I have this big problem at the moment where I'm like, I'm watching television and I'm not learning anything or following my dreams or doing anything useful, so I'm wasting my life. Question 11. Others have depended on my insight and knowledge. I don't know, guys. Do you depend on my insight and knowledge, or others are dependent on my strength and decisiveness? I'm not decisive at all, shown by this test, by the way. I don't know what to pick. I'm gonna say insight and knowledge then, I guess. I have come across as being too unsure of myself, or has come across as being too sure of myself. Definitely unsure of myself, I think. I'm unsure now. I'm indecisive and I'm unsure. It is difficult for me to stop considering alternatives and do something definitive. Again, Not on this test. I have tended to be careful and hesitant. I swear all of these things are just about this test. I'm not sure what to be. I'm definitely not bold and domineering, so we'll go with careful and hesitant. Usually I've been able to put my feelings aside and get the job done. Nope, I don't even need to read the other one. Am I revealing too much about myself in this video? We'll see, we'll find out when I get exploited by my future enemies. I've tended to be supportive and giving who seeks intimacy with others. I mean, or serious reserved person who likes discussing issues. Ooh, all of them are me. All of them. Double click. I can't double click. I'm gonna go with intimacy just because it's the more awkward of the two. I often felt the need to be a pillar of strength or perform perfectly. I'm gonna perform perfectly. I need to perform perfectly. I'm not a pillar of strength. I'm a pillar of failure. I'm like that pillar where the building falls down and they're like, oh, it was all because that pillar was terrible. That's me. I've typically been interested in maintaining stability and peace of mind. That one. I often worry that I'm missing out on something better, or I often worry someone will take advantage of me. Missing out on something better, I think. What am I missing out on right now? What if something great's happening and I'm not there? Yeah, that's me, okay. My habit of being standoffish has annoyed people. No. My habit of hugging everybody has annoyed people. My habit of telling people what to do has annoyed people. Yes. I'm like the biggest, you're doing it wrong, judgy person ever. That is me. I've tended to get anxious if there was too much excitement and stimulation. Or I've tended to get anxious if there wasn't enough it wasn't enough excitement and stimulation. That is like, when there's like not enough going on, I just get really uneasy and I'm like, somebody do things, entertain me. Yeah. I depend on my friends and I know that they can depend on me, or I've not depended on people. I've done things on my own. Again, both, but that doesn't make any sense.
This test is going to ruin me.
I definitely, when I get stressed out about stuff, I very much definitely don't depend on my friends properly. Like, I should just really just ask my friends for help. And sometimes when people need me, I'm useless because I'm already depending on myself. So I'm gonna go with depending on myself. I've tended to be detached and preoccupied. Yes. I'm definitely not moody and self-absorbed, so I'm definitely detached and preoccupied. Sometimes my friends genuinely are like, are you all right? And I'm like, yeah, I just don't know. I feel really funny and off, and I don't know why. I like to challenge people and shake them up, or I like to comfort people and calm them down. Again, neither. I just kind of like to stay away from people whenever they have any feelings ever. I've wanted to fit in with others. I get uncomfortable when I stand out too much, or I want to stand out from others. I get uncomfortable when I don't distinguish myself. I mean, I definitely like being the center of attention. Please give me attention all the time. No, don't. I want to fit in. No, I like to stand out, I think. I don't know. Pursuing my personal interests have been more important to me than stability and security. Yes! Yeah, most definitely. I don't really care about if I live in a bin as long as I'm directing films. When I've had conflicts with others, I've tended to withdraw. 100% yes.
Yeah, that's me.
I've given in too easily and let others push me around.
Yeah, that's me.
Yes, indeed, yes. I've been appreciated for my unsinkable spirit and resourcefulness. Or I've been appreciated for my deep caring and personal warmth. Unsinkable spirit. What? What is this? I'm gonna go with deep caring and personal warmth. Because I'm definitely somebody who like continues caring. Even if you like piss me off so much or like upset me, I'm still just like, I want you to love me and I love you back. You're a little pumpkin, you're my little mushroom. Yeah, definitely personal warmth. I have wanted to make a favorable impression on others. Yes, I've depended on my perseverance and common sense, or I've depended on my imagination and moments of inspiration. Yeah, that one. I just kind of sit around and wait for video ideas to come. I don't really search for them. I'm just like on my bed like, what can I do to stop myself becoming irrelevant? Oh yes, the Enneagram test. Here we are, my friends. Here we are. Basically, I've been easygoing and agreeable, or hard driving and assertive. No, easygoing and agreeable. I have worked hard to be accepted and well liked. Oh yes.
Yeah, that's me.
In reaction to pressure from others, I have become more withdrawn.
Yeah, that's me.
People have been interested in me because I'm outgoing, engaging, and interested in them, or people have been interested in me because I've been quiet, unusual, and deep. I don't know. I'll call my friend.
The first one.
Oh, okay. So I'm not deep. Thanks, James.
But you're not quiet or well, you're unusual.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go with interested in them. Thank you, bye-bye. Okay, apparently I'm not deep, guys, so let's go for outgoing, engaging, and interested in them. I don't think I am outgoing, and I'm not really interested in other people. I find other people really boring, but whatever. I have seldom been emotionally demonstrative, or have often been emotionally demonstrative. I'd say seldom. Isn't that the name of the cat from Sabrina the Teenage Witch? Oh no, that's Salem. Salem. When situations have gotten heated, I tend to stay in the sidelines. Yes! I've stood by my friends, even when they have been wrong, or I have not wanted to compromise what is right, even for friendship. I'm gonna go for that, because, you know, f people who are wrong, am I right? When troubled, all the time, I've tended to brood about my problems, or, when troubled, I tended to distract myself. I'm a brooder. I brood, I wallow in bed and go, life's really hard. Generally, I have strong convictions and a sense of how things should be. Yes, Trump should not be the president. I've created problems with others by being pessimistic and complaining, or I've created problems with others by being bossy and controlling. I'm gonna say pessimistic and complaining. I moan about everything. I've tended to act on my feelings and let the chips fall where they may, or I've tended not to act on my feelings lest they stir up more problems. Yes, let's not stir up more problems.
Yeah, that's me.
Being the center of attention has usually felt natural to me. I mean, I'm literally making a video to many people. So, yeah, I guess I like the attention. I've gotten angry when others have not shown enough appreciation for what I've done for them. Yes. Or I've gotten angry when others have not listened to what I've told them. Definitely not. I'm like somebody who gives a lot of advice, but if you choose to ignore it or can't go for it because of your situation at the time, then that's alright. I don't mind. I'm just a little advice cat. Being independent and self-reliant has been important to me, or being valued and admired has been important to me. Most definitely being valued and admired. Please love me. Please love me. When I've debated with friends, I've tended to press my arguments forcefully. Yes. I've often been possessive of loved ones. I have trouble letting them go, or I've often tested loved ones to see if they really were there for me. Oops. Organizing resources and making things happen has been one of my major strengths, or coming up with new ideas and getting people excited about them has been one of my major strengths. Yes, that one. I basically just go, this is the thing I want to do. Help me, please. I've tended to be driven and hard on myself, or I've tended to be too emotional and rather undisciplined. Luke hasn't uploaded in 2 weeks. Let's go for the second one. Do I want a life that is fast-paced, intense and exciting, or regular, stable and peaceful? I'm going to say fast-paced, intense and exciting, because the idea of like doing what I do and being self-employed and having no stable job and just freaking out all the time and when am I going to pay my bills is exciting to me. I do not have a normal, regular, peaceful life. Even though I've had success, I've tended to doubt my abilities. Click. I've generally tended to dwell on my feelings and hold them in for a long time. Me. I've provided many people with attention and nurturance. Quickly, eat these carrots, young child. I've been a bit serious and strict with myself, or I'm a bit freewheeling yeah, I'm definitely freewheeling. I'm not very good at like disciplining myself like Dobby the house elf. I've spent a lot of time looking inward. Understanding my feelings has been important to me. Yes, me, wallowing in self-pity. I have pursued activities that have a substantial potential for reward and personal recognition. I'm a YouTuber. We all have. Fulfilling social obligations has seldom been high on my agenda. I have usually taken my social obligations very seriously. Again, neither. I'm just like a little bit socially useless. I mean, I suppose I'm vegan. Oh my god, don't go on about it. All vegans do is go on about being vegan. I'd say high on my agenda because I try and do the right thing. I've tended to withhold my affection and wanted others to come into my world. Withhold my affection? No.
Hello, I'm Yuki.
I have a tendency to think of worst case scenarios.
Yeah, that's me.
Often, I've been so involved in my own projects that I've become isolated from others. Yes, literally me. I've not uploaded in 2 weeks because I've been working on Arthur Braxton. Damn it. I've often been troubled by nervousness, insecurity, and doubt. Yes, me. Or, oh, hang on. I have often been troubled by anger, perfectionism, and impatience. Definitely perfectionism. Not really impatience much. Anger, none at all. Like, I'm the most meek little meerkat ever. Definitely the first one. I've realized that I've often been too personal and intimate. Yeah.
Hey, yo, I'm Yuki.
I've lost out because I have not felt up to taking opportunities. Okay, here's a little story. Once, I was asked to be a voice actor in the film Kung Fu Panda. I think 3, maybe 2, I don't know. And basically, I forgot to reply to the email and didn't get the voice acting in Kung Fu Panda. That was an actual thing that happened. I forgot to reply to the Kung Fu Panda email. I've missed out on like an actual career opportunity. I've tended to take too long to get into action. Me. I've usually had difficulty making decisions. Me. I have a tendency to come on to people a little too strong.
Hello, I'm Lukey.
But also I've had a tendency not to assert myself enough with people. I think that's probably more of an important thing to me, is that I'm not very good at going, this is what I want to do, and we're going to do that. I've worried that I would be left out of others' activities. Literally, I have the biggest FOMO of all time. Typically, when I've got angry, I've told people off, or I've become distant. Yeah, I just turn into this little silent little creature in the corner and hide and wallow in my sadness. I've usually been measured, straight talking, and deliberate, or I've usually been excited, I was so excited to say that sentence that I messed up the sentence. So let's go with excitable, fast talking, and witty. Ooh, witty Luke. Often I have not spoken up when I see others making a mistake, or I've helped others to see that they're making a mistake. Neither of them. I don't help others to see they're making a mistake. I just go, you're stupid. I'll go with helped. We'll call it helping, but actually it's just being a dick. When I have disliked people, I have usually tried to stay cordial despite my feelings. 100%.
Yeah, that's me.
Much of my difficulty with people has come from my touchiness. Ugh. This is like the creepy. The phrasing in this makes things sound creepy. I'm sorry if like I'm a pervert, but don't take that out of context. Okay, my touchiness and taking everything too personally, or not caring about social conventions. No, I take things too personally all the time. Literally yesterday, I had a conversation with my housemate where I was like, "You've been making these jokes. Does that mean that you hate me?" And he was like, "No, it means I'm making jokes, Luke." Okay. My approach has been to jump in and rescue people. Yes. I have been overly concerned with doing better than others, or I've been overly concerned with making things okay for others. Okay for others. Again, like, it's asked that question like 5 million times. I get it. I'm an overfeely little shit. My thoughts generally have been speculative, involving imagination and curiosity. Or my thoughts have generally been practical, just trying to keep things going. Involving imagination and curiosity, I'd like to think. One of my main assets is my giant breath. No, my ability to take charge of situations, or my main asset is to... my ability to describe internal states. I would say internal states, I'm pretty good at being like, you have feelings of insecurity and pressure, and that is why you're a little shit. That's me. I've pushed to get things done correctly, even if it made people uncomfortable, or I don't like feeling pressured and don't like pressuring anyone else. That's me. I often take pride in how important I am in others' lives. Or I've taken pride in my gusto. Neither of those things. I have lots of gusto, guys. Appreciate me. I'd say maybe important in others' lives, as opposed to my gusto, which I definitely don't have. Gusto, enjoyment and enthusiasm in doing something. Hawkins tucked into his breakfast with gusto. I don't think I've ever tucked into a breakfast with gusto, or indeed anything in my life with gusto, so let's go with that first one. I have perceived that I often come across to others as presentable, even admirable. Admirable. Or I perceive that I often come across as odd. Unusual. Yeah, no. Unusual, odd. Ooh, another cat. What's this cat? I usually enjoyed high pressure, even difficult situations. Or I usually disliked being in high pressure, even difficult situations. Me. I've been proud of my ability to be flexible. Hang on a sec, guys. Look. Oh my god, I'm so flexible. Oh. Oh. I've been proud of my ability to take a stand and been firm in what I believe in. Yeah, I'll be firm in what I believe in, because that was the most unflexible thing I've ever seen in my entire life. My style has leaned towards spareness and austerity. Or my style has leaned towards excess and overdoing things. Perhaps climbing on my bed, going upside down and then falling off my bed was excess and overdoing things. I'll go for that. Generally speaking, I have been too open and naive, said the boy, doing a personality test on the internet to many thousands of people. Yes.
Yeah, that's me.
I have sometimes put people off by being too aggressive. That's not me. No. Hello. I can't even be aggressive when I'm trying to ironically be aggressive. Hello, I'm Loki. Hug me. I've been single-minded and persistent in pursuing my goals, or I prefer to explore various courses of action to see where they lead. Yeah, I literally started YouTube so I could make films, so That's not exactly the normal way of doing that. I don't think you saw Stanley Kubrick making a YouTube vlog about cinnamon challenge. I've frequently been drawn to situations that stir up deep and intense emotions. Stir those deep and intense emotions, Luke. Or I've frequently been drawn to situations that make me feel calm and at ease. I'd say deep and intense emotions? No. Yes. No. I need some calm and ease. I don't know, that's really hard. I'm gonna say feel calm and at ease because I sometimes avoid things because I'm like, oh, but I'll feel things. Oh no. In the past, I probably insisted on too much closeness in my friendships, or I probably kept too much distance in my friendships. Again, both, like very much both. Like I've definitely been too clingy as a friend, but also not clingy enough as a friend. So, I'm gonna go with too much closeness, probably. Be close with me. Be close with me. I have a tendency to keep thinking about things from the past. Literally every day of my life. Thanks, Enneagram. I tend to see people as intrusive and demanding or as disorganized and irresponsible. Yeah, no, people are really, really terrible. That's how I see the world. People are just rubbish. Generally, I've not had much confidence in myself or had confidence only in myself. No, not any at all in myself. I've probably been too passive and uninvolved or probably been too controlling and manipulative. Ooh, I'd say passive and uninvolved. I'm just so like, oh, everything's happening around me and I'm fine, so it's okay. Getting near the end, I have frequently been stopped in my tracks by self-doubt.
Literally every day, Enneagram.
Yeah, that's me.
I've given a lot of physical contact to reassure others about how I feel about them.
Hello, I'm Luke.
When I've needed to comfort someone, I'd often be too harsh and direct, or I've often beaten around the bush. Most definitely beaten around that bush. Smack that bush, girl. I have also... that sounded entirely different to what I meant that to sound like. I'm worried I don't have the resources to fulfill my responsibilities, or I'm worried I don't have the self-discipline to focus on what will really fulfill me. I would say self-discipline because I suck at self-discipline. Like, even making my bed is a daily struggle. Generally, I've been highly intuitive or I've been highly organized. Speaking of not making your bed, I have been an intuitive person who's not highly organized. Almost at the end, I have presented myself to others as tougher than I really am, or I presented myself to others as caring more than I really do. I definitely don't present myself as tougher, so I guess I present myself as more caring, but I do care. Like, if I ever meet you, I'm not like, I like you, but inside I'm like, what a bloody peasant. Not with everybody. No, I definitely don't do that. I don't do that. Don't get paranoid. I usually have followed my conscience and reason. Yes, that's me. Serious adversity has made me feel hardened and resolute, or serious adversity has made me feel discouraged and resigned. Discouraged and resigned. I'm pathetic. What a little wimp. I usually have made sure that I have some kind of safety net to fall back on, or I've chosen to live on life on the edge and depend on others as little as possible. I'm gonna say the second one because I don't have any safety net. I literally quit university because I wanted to make films. If this fails, I'm just gonna die! I've had to be strong for others, so I haven't had time to deal with my feelings and fears. That one's me. Or I've had difficulty coping with my feelings and fears, so it's been hard for me to be strong for others. That one's also me. Probably the second one's more me? Yeah. Oh my god, we're nearly done. I've often wondered why people focus on the negative when there's so much to be wonderful about life, or I've often wondered why people are so happy when so much of life is so messed up. Me. I have tried hard not to be seen as the selfish person, or I've tried hard not to be seen as the boring person. Not to be seen as the selfish person, definitely. Last question. Here we go, guys. Here we go, lads. Here we go, ladies. Here we go, everybody else who doesn't want to be called either of those things. I have avoided intimacy when I feared I would be overwhelmed by people's needs and demands, or I have avoided intimacy when I feared I would not be able to live up to people's expectations of me. Second one. And we're done. Before I press next, several people have said that I'm going to be a type 1, so let's see if they're right. Your highest score was for type 2. Interesting, so I wasn't a type 1. Your second highest score was a tie between type 4 and type 9. Generally 2s are caring, thank you. Empathetic, thank you. Warm, remember warm earlier on? Warm. Thoughtful, appreciative, generous, other-orientated, tactile, affectionate, well-intentioned, and demonstrative. Evan always says that I'm well-intentioned in everything I do, which I really like, so that's nice. Relationship issues include trying too hard to please the other, hovering around and not giving the other adequate space.
Hello, I'm Lukey.
Expecting mind reading from the partner. Interesting. Yeah, definitely. I don't really say how I feel about anything.
2s are the givers of life that make life comfortable for all of us.
Oh, thank you.
The personality armor pattern that can cause problems for the 2 is that their giving can often be motivated by a need to be needed.
Yes. That's good.
2 is the part of us that is aware of heart connection, is aware of relatedness, of how none of us is alone, and we're here to take care of each other, to address each other's needs.
Our friends running the type 2 pattern tend to be very loving people. They have a gift for attuning their hearts.
Attuning their hearts.
Their beloved ones. They know on a very deep level, on an intuitive level, on a heart level, what that person wants, what that person needs, what that person is longing for. The 2 then becomes enslaved to that image that they've created, enslaved to the pleasing, the helping image, the seductive person that they've created.
Damn it! I do pride myself on being a seductive person and constantly have to upkeep that image. But in all seriousness, that's really cool, and it seems like that is actually pretty accurate to me and my experience of the world. Oh my gosh, I'm a 2. I'm gonna go away and read all about 2 and see if I can better myself as a person by knowing a bit more about my 2-iness. We'll see. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys next week for another amazing video. If you didn't see my video last week where I made a parody of Taylor Swift, please go and watch that art now. It's beautiful. It will change your life, and if you did see it, then just watch it again. Or you can watch this video instead. Okay, see you later. Love you lots. Bye!